as you can see, there's no one sitting here next to me, but yeah, it's
I'm back. Aley, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling goofy.
Goofy?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Goofin Around podcast.
If you like listening to two longtime friends talk about their silly stories from their past
and present,
then this is the podcast for you.
We are your hosts, Lindsay
and Aley.
Welcome to Goofin Around. Oh man, today is a big day.
It is a big day. You're back!
I'm back! I just got back from recovering from my tonsil surgery, so I'm breathing better. We're doing good.
That's good.
Yes.
Today we have for you 2 stories from me and 2 stories from Lindsay, and then
2 stories from our viewers, actually. You guys submitted some stories on our Instagram, and so we're going to tell that in our episode today.
Yeah, and if you want to hear your funny story next episode, then DM us on Instagram or comment down below.
Put it in the comments.
All right?
All right. Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
You want me to
I
go
went
first?
first last time.
All right. So, actually, today it's kind of got a theme to it. So, I have my cousin. Her name is Arena. Love Arena. She listens to the podcast. Hearts in love. Hearts in love. And we had such a childhood together. Like, it was so silly. So, they used to live in an apartment, and they shared a room with their older brother. We were like 5, maybe. We were like 4 or 5. We were really young. And she was like 3. She was like 2 years younger than me, I think. And her brother actually had a 3DS, I think. He had a DS, and they shared bunk beds. So he was on the top bunk bed, and I remember I think it was late at night. It was like 11, and we thought that was like really late. Like, whoa, we're breaking the rules, man. And so Damien wasn't in there. That's his name, by the way. And we got on his top bunk, and we found his DS shoved in between the wall and his bed because they shared bunk beds, and we were playing on it. And him and my older brother kept running in there and like telling us to get off of it. It was really funny. I just think that's an amazing memory, especially when we would get on it and his bed is crunchy for whatever reason. It was like the sheet was like, it was like plastic around the mattress, and then there was a sheet over it, and it was very crunchy. It was very silly. Silly Goofy.
So you used to steal your friend's DS all the time?
I used to steal my cousin's DS all the time, and that's a core memory for me, personally.
You just come in and go, what are you doing on my DS?
That's literally his reaction. Anyways.
Alright, so my story happens to have the same old, I almost said slingshot, zip line. If you haven't listened to the first podcast episode, I talked about the story that happened with my zipline platform, not the zipline itself, but the zipline platform, and it's really high up. And this time, I'm talking about something that happened while on the zipline. So the zipline's making a reappearance.
Heck yeah.
Obviously I was young. I think I was maybe like 12 when this happened. I don't really know my age at that time, but I remember we were like outside playing, and my mom was mowing. Keep that in mind. So my mom was mowing the grass, and on this like riding mower. And so me and my brother were like going back and forth ziplining, and I loved the zipline, so it was really fun. And I walked up the zipline, I stood there, and I got on it, and I started heading down. And about halfway through, I didn't really look in front of me. I just kind of went on it. I was looking to the side. I go up. As soon as I go up, like about halfway down, I noticed my mother coming. So like, here's me and here's my mom, and we're slowly gonna like collide. And so that's exactly what happened. I'm halfway through. I see my mom, and the mower's really slow, so she can't just like speed away. And so I like full on just like BAM right into my mom, and she was like, she grabbed me, she was like, are you okay? And I was just like,
Am I okay?
No, she was like, she was like, are you okay? And I was just like, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. I mean, like, it hurt.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what it felt like for my mom. I'm so surprised that she didn't, like, totally just, like, fly off the mower. Took her down.
I can just imagine this.
The zipline was so fun though. He would like ram into the end of the like playset if you didn't get off in time. It was great.
You had to jump off early. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn.
All right.
I guess I'll go again. So I've got another story.
Yeah.
So my cousin Jada.
Yeah.
We're actually the same age. I forgot about that. And so, oh my gosh, she lived in a little one-story house, and I would go to her house all the time because her mom would babysit us, or her grandma would babysit us, and so we would go there all the time. And I remember this one time when I was staying the night at her house. We would always play we did play Barbies. But we would, like, play a game where we would, like, pretend to be a family. And
so family.
That's
called family.
Okay, look, okay. And so we would play family, I guess.
Okay.
And I would always be the boy in every game. Because I was always the dad, or I was, like, always the brother, or something like that. And it was hilarious. And so
would that make, like, was Jada, like, the mom?
Mm-hmm. Or, like, she would be, like, the sister or something like that.
So, like, was it just you and Jada, or was there, like, other kids there?
No, it was me and Jada, and then the Barbies.
So, like, you were, like, using the Barbies as your children?
Yeah. We pretended they were our children, like, okay, let's go. It was really funny. Yeah. Or we would, like, pretend somebody was there or something. Or, like, a really big stuffed animal.
Yeah, I was there to stuffed animal. It just can, like, imagine you're, like, the person, like the mom walking in, just being like, just seeing like you're like, you both are just like on each side, and you're like, there's a space between you, like you're both like this. And
okay,
just like, come on, let's go.
Let's go.
And I was just like,
I think that actually happened at one point. Her grandma walked in, and it was really funny.
Or you're like the Barbie. Come on, let's go.
She was just like, what?
I can just imagine like you being this hungry, you're like, Barbie.
Anyways, so the funniest part about this story is, so of course Jada didn't own anything that was like boyish, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Because she was a very girly girl. Like, she played with Barbies and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And so what we would use to represent the fact that I was the boy in every game is I would wear this crocodile suit.
What? Was it like
No, it was the suit, and it had a hood and all, and it had scales and a tail. It was crazy.
So like a jacket?
No,
or
it was
onesie.
A full suit. It was like a onesie. But it wasn't even like onesie material. It was just really big and scratchy on the inside.
So the mom had Barbie children and a crocodile husband. I'm just trying to picture like little kid you and this like crocodile being like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Yeah, that happened. Anyways, so you got another story coming up?
Right. I was gonna tell one story, but I'm gonna stick to like a theme of being in my backyard.
Do it.
This is another story, yet again in my backyard. But this doesn't really technically involve me. It involves someone I know. I'm not going to name their name because I don't know if they want me to, tell who they are. So, we have a family friend, and they came over all the time. And this one time, they came over. We were in our backyard, and me and my brother owned these kid four-wheelers. The plastic four-wheelers you get from
I used to want
Walmart and stuff. So mine was Barbie, and my brother's was like red and black. So we had two of them, and we would just like around the backyard all the time. And they came over, and let's call this person Dustin. Dustin, his brother Tim. That's a weird name. Dustin and his brother Tim.
Dustin and his brother Tim.
Dustin and his brother Tim came over, and Dustin, we were riding him, and Dustin was like, I want to try. So he hops on my pink Barbie Jeep. I think it was mine. It was either mine or my brother's, but I think it was mine. And his younger brother Tim was like just standing and, you know, just doing his own thing. And all of a sudden, Dustin, I all I see is, I look over for 1 minute, and then there's Dustin running over Tim with the four-wheeler. And I just hear screaming. Because, like, I mean, I just remember being, just, like, seeing, literally, like, Tim was on the floor, and it and Dustin's mom comes out and is like, what are you doing?
Hello?
Like, Dustin's mom comes out, like, so mad, like, what are you doing? And it was really funny because his mom, like, spanked him and everything.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
It was so funny.
That's terrible.
His mom was like, get over here.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
I was like, but how did you get to the point where you literally just, like, I'm gonna run over my brother?
I'm gonna run over my brother.
Yeah.
That sounds
It was
fun.
great. It was great. All right.
So, at this segment, we have both told enough stories. I think it's time that we tell the people's story.
Yes.
So, this first person coming up, this is our friend. Did he say his name? Okay. This is our friend Dean. Hi, Dean. Hello.
Hello.
Hope you are doing well. Hearts and love. And so he shared a story with us, and we would like to tell it. So he says here, in the 5th grade, I was in English, and we were getting ready to head to recess, right? I was taking a long time to clean up, and I ended up being the last one in the room. That was me all the time. All the time. I had finished putting away art supplies and what have you when I noticed a fruit roll-up sitting on a table isolated. So I took my opportunity and ate it, right? I would do that. I'm terrible. And recess ends, and we return to the room, and this girl starts acting confused and asked the teacher something. Then the teacher spoke up and asked if anyone knew where her fruit roll-up was. Oh my god! We ate it! I instantly confessed because I didn't think it was a big deal. The teacher took me to the hallway and explained to me that she was diabetic and that she needed that for her blood. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. So I got a red slip saying I did something bad and I needed it signed by my parents. I forged the signature and my parents never found out. That girl was able to get something from the nurse's office, so she was fine. But that was super embarrassing and I still think about it time to time. That's terrible.
So that the what happened was there was this girl he found, but he just found it.
Yeah, he just found it.
He found it on the table and he was like, that looks good. So he grabbed it, not his, and he just ate it. And then the girl was like, where'd my fruit roll-up go?
Where'd my fruit roll-up
He's
go?
like, I did it.
I did it.
I ate it, I'm sorry. But the worst...
Do you realize what this is for?
Dude, it's so funny. The funny thing is that, like, it would have been probably not a big deal if she wasn't diabetic, and it was just like, dude, don't eat other people's food. But the fact that you had to be pulled out in the hallway while the other students were just like, oh, what's going on? And the teacher just goes, dude.
It's terrible.
That is honestly so funny though. I mean, it's probably really embarrassing. It probably was embarrassing at the time, but I hope you think it's funny now because I think it's hilarious.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you for that story. That was actually
terrible.
great.
I hope that girl is doing well. I hope she's doing well. Oh,
poor girl.
My gosh. Here,
All
I'll
right.
let you tell this next story. So, I remember this. Okay, so did they say they were confused using their name? No. Oh well. So we don't know if they're okay with using their name, so we're gonna call them. What's a good name?
Izzy. I don't know.
Izzy. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. So, our friend Izzy. Oh my gosh. So, we are involved with the show choirs at our school, and it's pretty awesome, pretty slay.
I am in show choir.
Yes, Allie's in show choir, and I am devoted show choir crew. This was an interesting time.
I actually don't think I was there.
You weren't there for that?
I don't
Oh my
think
gosh.
I knew about this.
I remember this. Because a specific part of the story. So we were at a show choir competition, and we were in between competitions. I think it was like 30 minutes before our 30 minutes before our mixed show choir was supposed to go on. So
on to perform.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like in show choir competitions, like you'll perform, like one of the groups will perform, and then you'll like wait around until the other group performs. So
yeah.
So most of the time we'll just like watch other people perform, or we'll just be sitting playing the card games on the floor and stuff.
Unless you're crew, you need to show up into the equipment room like an hour before.
Yeah.
So you make sure you have everything ready. So I was pretty much doing that, and then I think I came back to the room, our home room that we were in, and they were playing Uno. Everyone was playing Uno. It was like 4 of our friends, and Izzy was there as well. And they played a horrible Uno. I forget what even that meant. I just remember that.
Oh wait, I know. They were playing Uno, and I think that's the one that went on for like 15 minutes. It was like I think that was the one that went on. It was either that or it was just like people didn't know how to play. But I think that was one that went on for like a super long time.
I think they kept breaking like all the rules. I think
or that it was either that because there was 2 stories. There was either one where people were just like not playing the game right, and there was one that literally it went on for like ages, and people just started leaving. People were like, I'm done. I don't care.
That. And this girl, one of the girls that was actually in the show choir at this time, she was laying on me. So I was laying on my stomach, and she like leaned over on my back. Yeah, she leaned over on my back, and I could barely breathe. I kept asking her to get up. It was terrible. And I ended up getting a migraine from this. If she listens to the show, I hope she's doing well. With all the love. But that hurt, man.
Yeah, I remember like just all these stories from show choir. Like things happening.
Oh my gosh. Show choirs.
Show choir comp season is fun.
Show choir comp season.
Speaking of another one, we went to Culver's. This should be another story.
This should be another story.
Because that one was kind of short.
Yeah,
we'll tell this one. We can tell this together.
We'll tell another story just together.
So this happened at a show choir comp, and we always go to the same Culver's. And I'm not kidding. This is no hate to this religion or culture or whatever.
Oh.
To any no disrespect at all. Like genuinely, they're the sweetest people ever. But it's always strange because every single time after comp we go to the same Culver's, there's always like 50 Amish people there.
No, and it's like 3 in the morning. Keep in mind.
No, it's not. It's probably like it's not like 3. It's like 12:45. It's like 12.
It was like 1 in the morning.
It's like 12 going on to 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And there's just like 50 Amish people just having a casual dinner at Culver's.
It was
interesting. It was so odd because I don't know if it was like just some tradition they did, but it was 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I imagine that's one of the few restaurants that they probably go to.
Yeah, but it's so funny though because it was just like we would always see them, and the thing is that a day before we went on, I watched this show about like a horror movie about that had Amish people in it, and they did like and the Amish people were not like they weren't actually Amish, and they were actually like these like skinwalkers, cryptic, like weird people who like kill people.
Oh my god!
And I remember going in there, and I'm like. My heart just dropped because I remember everything from the movie, and I know these people don't mean any harm. They're nothing like this. And I was just like, guys,
I remember this.
Yes, and it was just like, it was so awkward because I was just like, and then they all would like stare at us too, and we're just like,
yeah, reasonably so.
Yeah,
reasonably so.
Yeah.
We were all like crazy looking. Like everyone's hair was like hairsprayed. And, after show choir comps, like I'll put a picture in of what I look like, but it's like this is what I look like, and my hair. It's probably a picture of my hair, like my bump it out, and my hair's all frizzy. I'm like my makeup's either off or my makeup's just like running everywhere. We look like we just like came back from a super rave. Rave. Like that's literally what show choir comps are.
And then like we all just look like a hot mess. Like we just got out of bed, but we have makeup on still. And it's so funny because everybody's in like pajamas. And they got blankets.
We pretty much did like just get out of bed, except the bus.
Yeah.
We don't have beds on a bus.
Well, all right. That was episode 3.
Episode 3,
of the podcast. We will be continuing our normal schedule of Monday and Friday now that Lindsay is back. So,
love. and hearts.
Thank you for watching.
Goofing around.